This is the 40th episode of John and Jack. Here I am, your boy Skip Morazzi, on a Cox and Space podcast. John and Jack is where we get together, and Jack draws the intro panels of Cox and Space. We are trying to get together the first 6 minutes, drawn up as a creatively interpreted storyboard, more in style with a comic book, to get across the idea of what it is that we're going for visually for the cartoon of Cox in Space. And for this one, we actually, as things have progressed, we've moved. We first thought it was going to be black and white, kind of like a manga. And then we continued further as some color. And then we started thinking that it would be more fun to see it move. So that's where we kind of have gotten in this show's progress. So 40 episodes means that we have gotten together with Jack. 20 times 4 times 5 is 20, right? 4 times 10 is Jack.
Yo, sorry, I lost track of time. I was
That's okay.
looking at stuff on my computer.
It
I
happened to me
apologize.
as well. Aaron Cosby, how are you guys?
Yo,
welcome to Drawing with Jack.
Hello.
I started rolling a couple
what's up,
minutes
Aaron?
ago just to give the intro.
much.
I think Skip may have just left to text me because I maybe not.
No, I'm here.
I just shut up
now.
myself. I'm just 2 minutes late.
Oh, it's okay.
Same.
Um,
I guess
Let me
Gotcha. How's
share
that,
my.
guys?
There we go. What's up,
Yeah.
Skip?
Discord keeps auto changing my settings.
What's
so,
going on?
Not a whole lot. I just rolled an intro. May or may not have gotten it. It may have been just me looking at a blank screen for the first person in the video, so I have to catch it. But I was just entering the fact that this is the 40th episode of Drawing with Jack, and I was trying to do the math on that. So 4 weeks and a month, we met twice a week, right? So, I believe it adds up to 5 months that we've been doing, getting together consistently. So that's kind of what I wanted to do the show about, is just congratulations to us for doing 5 months of Drawing with Jack.
Nice.
Because one of the things I brought up early, because it's been a while now that I mentioned it, but to stop and celebrate, the mile markers. They can rush by really fast if you're so anxious to get it done. So we didn't have a guest lined up for this one, and then I was just kind of messing around with the timing, as I was telling Jack last time we got together, Thursday, I believe. Maybe it was Tuesday of last week. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, this is it. We're reaching our 40th, and we're kind of blown away by that. Aaron, you knew about that, right? You knew we were coming up on the 40th show.
You told me, so that's how I knew.
That's how you do it. Also. Yeah. And how are your feelings about that?
Oh wow. That's how old I am. So
right. Oh, that's right.
We're talking about
right. Yeah, exactly. Logan had been like, why 40? Why don't we celebrate 50? And I think I had settled it kind of on 40 because that's the age-ish that we are. And it feels like,
Nice.
ish, right? And it just feels like, for me, when I crossed that threshold, I was like, okay, cool. Now I actually feel like I am an adult. And everything before that was like young adult trying to figure it out. And then after 40, I was like, I'm kind of like moving more deliberately, understanding the repercussions of my actions and trying to make the healthiest choices, right? Or in the circumstance where it involves other people, be more kind and caring. So, and so that's where I'm like, okay, cool. Now full adult, because 20 years of experience being adult kind of makes you a professional at it, I guess.
I guess.
I was going to say, I don't feel like an adult at all, but, to each their own.
Well, I'm going to guess it's like we don't have it all figured out. That's not what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And our lives are definitely, we're not necessarily, high ranking, achieving, business people, movers and shakers, right?
Not high ranking.
You know what I'm saying? That's none of us. But at the same time, I work around a lot of 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, and in that range. And I recognize I'm like, okay, we might be as clueless as we were then, but we have 2 decades worth of experience. And that's why I think that when people said respect your elders, that's what they meant, was he might be a jackass, And we all know that he's a jackass, but he's been a jackass for 50 years and he's really damn good at it.
It's true. I mean, there are some nuggets of wisdom for sure that
exactly.
get passed down.
Just from doing life.
Hey, look how I don't know why see how fuzzy I am?
Yeah, I was just thinking, I thought maybe it's just because you were wearing a half green shirt.
No, it's literally it's the white background with the black. It's so crazy that it does that. But see how it stops? Like, wait, see how right here it stops?
Because it's where the shadow is, right?
It's because of this gray bar here.
Oh, gotcha.
So see the gray bar of it like stops the fuzz from happening somehow.
Right.
Yeah, like if I go
behind you.
Yeah, if I go behind her boob, see, like it stops fizzling.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I gotta figure out how to fix that. But anyway, I guess.
I thought you only existed in the digital space, so I just figured it was like a pixelation with your like you're going to 16-bit or something.
Right. It's an artifact. Actually, episode 40 is where we revealed that Jack's been an AI this whole time.
Oh no, that's like the worst.
He doesn't actually exist an artist anywhere. But he's just an AI. I can't believe you people have been falling for it for this long. Like, it looks like legitimate work, and as we've been talking to it through the process, like, it keeps making more and more brilliant work. Ha! We're masters, ahead of our times. You've fallen for the dubious slip. None of that was AI. We have real AI.
Dude, Grok could never.
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm saying.
passed the Turing test 100 times over, though.
Yeah.
So you're really good AI.
That's never been seen before, while still replicating things that you know work. That's what humans are capable of doing, which right now modern computers are not. And to call them AI is kind of insulting to the concept of artificial intelligence, because they really, really aren't. You know, so AI is actually. You remember when we all saw Back to the Future? You all know Back to the Future, right?
Yep.
I remember, yeah.
And we really wanted those hoverboards. Damn, dude. I thought about how the physics of hoverboard worked, like how you can make it possible. If I can ever figure out how to do it, I want one. Like, I really want to actually make a hoverboard work. And, like, it plays off the magnetic poles of the Earth. You know what I mean? So it's like resisting the Earth's energy. So it just like reverses the gravity. Anyway, there's got to be a way to do it. Not just because it's science fiction, but because it would be really fun. Drones might be a possibility. Anyway, so we all wanted the hoverboard. I know this sounds like a tangent, but they gave us like a battery powered like stand on like those things segways, and they called those things hoverboards.
Yeah. Which I was very disappointed by that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not a fucking hoverboard. Like that's like they just sold it to do that. And so like in the same way, I think that AI is being branded as like AI, but it's only in the same way that those fucking plastic things that will explode in your house and set fires to things is like a hoverboard. That's the only way that it actually is. Yeah. They like crafted something and they're like, this is intriguing. How do we market it? And they called it AI. It's still not, because when we're talking AI, we're talking sentience. And that's what, like, this is what this does not have. It's an elevated chatbot. It's an LLM. It's just a large language model putting words together. It has no concept of what it's doing.
These are the neural network way of constructing AI is supposed to be more robust than large language models.
The one you're talking about a couple episodes back, where it's like they've actually using like brain tissue.
No, that is terrifying to even think about because of RoboCop 2. But
could they do a RoboCop with me, so I don't have to die eventually?
It's the professor of comedy, Professor of comedy.
Yeah, like
in
RoboCop 2,
jokes into it. Yeah, and then it does your set.
I'm pretty sure this is RoboCop 2. This might have been the first RoboCop, where they were showing like all these people that they tried to get them to join with the machine, like they tried to turn them into a cyborg, and they just like off themselves immediately.
Oh, because they realize what they are. Are you talking about the remake one, or are you talking about like in the classic
No, this is the classic one. Now,
Okay.
in the remake one, it has the moment of horror where Gary Oldman shows RoboCop his like just his human parts. He like takes the whole suit away so that he's just like, you know, like an upper torso with no arms, and like you can
is
see
that
like his
where
lungs.
that photo comes from? I've seen it,
Maybe.
but I didn't know what movie it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I know who Gary Oldman is, and I was like, you know, he died not too long ago, right? Am I thinking about the right person?
I don't think so. I think Gary Oldman is still alive.
Hell yes. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm excited. I'm going to Google it real quick just to make sure, because I don't want to be disappointed again if it is the case. But you're probably right. There's someone who looked a lot like him, who like they worked the same like type of characters and have very similar faces.
Yeah, some character actor did die recently, but I can't remember who it was.
It was more than a couple years ago, but I'm excited that Gary Oldman would still be alive.
Yeah, Gary Oldman is you know, kind of having a brand
67
reset.
Years old.
Yeah, like he's never really done anything professionally terrible. Like he's never really done anything that's earned him like, you know, like bad press
delivers.
for being
Gary Oldman delivers.
Yeah, but he's like had you know, quotes in the past like similar to Sean Connery, like, you know, sometimes you got to hit a woman or something like that.
Oh, I got you.
I'm pretty sure, or it's like either that, or I could be wrong about that. It could be that he just has had domestic abuse allegations against him. So I don't, you know, but he it was either one of those things, and it came out some years ago, and his, you know, he was kind of tarnished by that because it was, you know, Me Too and everything. Now, I think he's sort of having like a another moment because he's had a few more roles, and it's like his, you know, abuse allegations have died down. So I think his brand is being like refurbished now. But what was the last movie that he was in?
There's a movie that they're coming up whenever I search for it called Slow Horses. I didn't know anything about it. I think I'm thinking of Sam Rockwell. Did Sam Rockwell die recently?
No, I don't think so. I hope not. I love Sam Rockwell.
Still alive. Yeah, this is awesome. This is me coming from a parallel timeline where these things have happened, and then I find out that they didn't. So, I mean, I'm living in the future, boys. Things are looking up. Getting the fuck out of this clown dimension.
I have no idea who Sam Rockwell is.
You don't know who Sam Rockwell is?
I'm looking at him, and I've never seen this person before in my life.
Really? He's in a lot of really great movies. Actually, I think...
Yeah, and he has really great roles in them,
Is he in Moon? Because Moon is... Let me just look it up real quick to see
he is in a movie called Moon.
Yeah,
he's been in a lot of movies that I've never seen.
You should see Moon. Moon is a fantastic example of what you can do with a single actor for a film and be interesting.
He was somebody in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
He was the bad guy, Zebelbrox.
Was he?
Yeah, he's just he has two heads for one, and then
he's Justin Hammer in the MCU also. That helps.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. That does help.
He said that does help. But yeah,
he's the same as like Gary Oldman. Like he just like blends in to his role. He does his job and just like disappears. Lets the movie do the movie. And so he actually, you know, I wouldn't say he doesn't have a lot of work, but I'm sure he struggled early on to establish himself because people easily forget him.
Yeah, I definitely did. But also, like, I don't think I haven't seen a lot of stuff, but Hitchhikers there, and Justin Hammer was a big part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're both surprised, because he's not nobody for sure. He's very he's not very mainstream, but like he's touched mainstream and then continues to work. Yeah.
Dude, Choke came out in 2008? No way. Anyway, he was in the next adaptation of a Chuck Palahniuk book after Fight Club.
Oh yeah,
and it was this one, Choke.
It really wants to be Fight Club so bad. That's
It really did. Oh, man.
My only qualm with the movie. But what do you do with Chuck Palahniuk?
I mean, I don't know. You can't really do anything with him now because he's a fascist.
Well, dude,
now,
no,
so
like, and also, yeah, there's a number of problems with him, just as like his like concept.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Choke, like, I don't know. Chuck Palahniuk was interesting the first time you read a book, if you don't understand anything about him. But then the next book is exactly the same as the first book. You find out, and then if you read a third book, you find out again it's the same book. So
Yeah.
fascist aside, which is egregious enough, he's also not a great writer, which in my book also
he's not
higher.
yeah he's not a, I mean, you know, he wrote like one like really like landmark book, which was
I'll
Fight
give you
Club.
this. He has all of his books are interesting ideas. He just has no ability to execute them. Like I would like if I had time on my hands to just like kind of leisurely do whatever I wanted to, which I wish I did, but it's not currently that time. Maybe in my retirement, I will knock off every one of Chuck Palahniuk's books as like another book.
Don't do that to yourself.
No, but this is the thing. Like do a cover. Well, see, this is the thing is he has really interesting ideas. And like then also at that time we'll understand all the fascism that he's connected with, and we can strip that out of the book as well. And so we can make it like misuse his book for the thing that we want to use it for. But yeah, no, like without exception, every one of his books that I've ever picked up, like I've read, looked at the cover, I've read the back about what it's about, and I'm like, that's interesting. But then again, also like anytime, like even new, old, anywhere in his bibliography, I flipped through it. I'm like, yeah, this is the same book. It actually has the same characters.
Because I've read. Okay, so I've read Lullaby, Choke, Fight Club.
Interesting. Fight Club, Choke, yeah.
Rant, and his collection of ghost stories, Haunted, which I still have right over there.
Nice. Had it.
I kept that one because I felt like he did have the best amount of characters in that. Right. I do agree that he has a lot of the same characters, especially, I mean, dude, Choke might as well be Fight Club too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can see all the archetypes. He's like exploring how his mother messed up Tyler. Invisible Monsters was interesting, but again, the same thing. There was one about a woman who she was painting a tragedy, and then at the same time she was creating the tragedy. Like this island she was on, she was burning it. There's one about how it's like you put out pulling songs, and like you can say this series of words all together and put somebody's name into it, and it ends up killing them. And so like like all of them are interesting. Like they have an interesting idea tucked away in them. Fight Club's an interesting idea, even for this hypermasculinity.
I recently watched, because again we're old, keeping with that motif.
The 40s, bro.
The 40s, bro. I watched recently, like 20-somethings that had never seen Fight Club before, reacting to the reveal that spoiler alert, Tyler Durden is the main character.
I don't think it ruins the movie at all, because I've seen the movie a bunch of times. Like it was part of like our generation. And so, like, knowing that, you can also be excited about it. Of course, he shows up a handful of times before you actually see him as a person. But in addition, like when you see how Edward Norton is playing Tyler Durden from time to time, even when like Tyler's not on the screen, it's cool. Edward Norton is more nuanced than you think he is on first take at it.
Oh, he's a great actor.
He really
very
is.
Smart individual too. Knows, like, he's a polyglot and an autodidact.
Nice. Okay.
So he taught himself Japanese. Just, I mean, not easy to do.
No.
Yeah, I mean, it's not easy to do that. He's a very smart individual, but very talented actor. I thought it was very fun watching a new generation of people, like, learn that Jack is Tyler Durden, and it's kind of seeing like how people digest it today does kind of give insight into how, because dude, I remember when that movie came out, I was in college in 1999, and that movie was definitely something that all of the dudes were, oh dude, you gotta see Fight Club, dude. And
yeah, for real.
you know,
that's
the toxic masculinity.
Yeah, we were in high school. I was in high school, but the guys were like, "Oh man, you gotta see Fight Club." Yeah, dude, you gotta go see Fight Club.
Yeah, the toxic masculinity was just like not seen for what it was.
Yeah, and then seeing that he's a fascist and just seeing like how that is very much part of the white boy, Proud Boys culture.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm like, oh no, like saying like I like Fight Club now means something different than when when we first saw the movie.
It's true. And dude, I mean, I really hate it when authors drink their own Kool-Aid too, man, because it's like, you know,
what happened with him?
I don't, I mean, not really. I think he is just insulated now because he's like, he is seen as like a literary superstar. So
wow. I mean,
I think because Fight Club was like
of him. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, because Fight Club was his big breakthrough thing, I think that has, I mean, his reaction to Trump has been very head scratching. I don't think he's like a full blown fascist, but he's just said stuff in support of the idea. And I mean, of course, just, I mean, in wanting to tear down, you know, status quo and things like that. And it's just, I mean, I don't understand if you're really an intelligent individual that you can't see that like the problem with Fight Club is the fact that it is just a, you know, impossible fantasy. Like the movie itself, or like the
idea that we exist in a constant state of anarchy is silly.
Well, and like
the system
the people,
has to exist.
Yeah, the people that are in the Fight Club, they start making other fight clubs. They start organizing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just what people do.
Exactly. That's this. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, there has to be a system, not because
they congeal.
I demand a system, but the reason there is a system is because humans did it. They congealed together. Thank you, Aaron Coswell, for that concept. Because generation after generation, doing traditions in the same location becomes culture.
I mean, and it's what human beings try to do. Like, we want stability and order. Like, we may go through times where we destroy the order that we've created so that we can create something new.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last 200, 300 years have taught us that we have a responsibility as human beings to understand that process, not to just go through it like we're just fucking animals. Like, just go through it like we don't give a shit who's at the helm of it, how we're going about it. Like, I thought that we were, you know, just people of science now. And people are trying to get rid of that order. And it's like, you're not getting rid of science. Like, you're not getting rid of a rigorous method of understanding the world. Like, it's just, you're just going to come up with a new rigorous method. Because you're going to need to practically and pragmatically understand things. Like, it's one thing to be like, I don't want you to fucking tell me I have to get a vaccine. It's a totally another thing when your whole fucking village is dying from a fucking plague. You know? Like, you're going to want science.
Exactly.
Anyway, sorry, I'm getting all loud.
No, now, that's the thing. Like, we started to try to understand the world around us as intricately as we could so we could use it for our own ends. That's essentially what science is, right? And so, like, to think that you'll destroy anything that's either been discovered or invented is just like so silly. Like, I mean, I wish that I could make it so that none of us had guns at all, but like that's not a plausible thing since there's a large portion of the population who knows how they work.
Yeah. I mean, if some kind of total collapse is coming because we need to establish some kind of new order because, you know, we're just like fucked and we just have to do that every once in a while. The society that plans and prepares for that the best and has the, you know, best intentions of their like people in mind, are going to be the ones that survive it. Like, those are going to be the people that survive. Those are going to be the people that come up with the new order. Yeah,
I mean, of course. That's that's
New
why
World
we have
Orders
it.
never work out, though, in any television or literature. It always ends up being something like Mad Max. But
yeah, that's, I mean,
this is actually one of the best case scenarios what we're living in.
Yeah.
I don't think Jack's saying that we should overthrow that. I'm just saying that it does happen. And we as humans historically have destroyed the thing that we're living under in order to create something else. And what you're pointing out, Aaron, is that at the very beginning, things are often like frontier-like. But very quickly, I'm going to assume people are going to try to get things back up and running however they can. If there's no central government, they're going to start doing barter again because people have stuff.
How long did Dark Ages last?
700 years.
Right. So I mean, it's a possibility, but like also, I mean, they were actively resisting science or like the study of the world and fell deep into mysticism.
Well, religiosity was, advancing during that time. I mean, technology and understanding of stuff like that wasn't. It was like rigorous Christian philosophy was being developed. I mean, during the Dark Ages, there was actually a lot of science being done, or what we could term science, the closest thing to it, in the Middle East, in Persia. Those people, not just science, but also
the Dark Ages wasn't a period of time in all of history, just in European history.
Yeah, dude. Like a lot of the reason that we still have some Greek philosophy comes to the fact that Persians were doing treatises on them during the Dark Ages because Christians were burning pagan shit. So Aristotle and Plato and shit were getting, burned in Europe. So, I mean, the fact that we even have what we consider to be the Western canon is because of the Middle East, but people love to forget that.
That's a fun point to bring up. For that. And again, Aaron, I don't think anyone's saying that that's where we want to go, is to destroy everything. I think that's
where a lot of people want to go.
Well, it's the exact opposite is where Jack had started that point, was that Palanuik was being silly in thinking that Fight Club could exist indefinitely. Because as soon as the chaos starts, people want to put things back in order so they can have regular services, water, the grocery store, sanitation,
the doctors.
Doctors. And so those things are all good. And so I don't think. And so, I think that there are a lot of people, is what you're saying, that who feel like, they're like throwing up their hands and like destroy everything. But I think there's a large number of really quiet people who are just waiting for those people to do that and then be like, okay, they burned themselves out. Now let's gather together and rebuild. Because I think that this always happens. Those ones who are patiently waiting aren't necessarily the most vocal. We see Proud Boys storming the Capitol and trying to overthrow the government at the end of the last presidency, right? Some people do want that. I agree with you, Aaron. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, kind of. Like there's all sorts of groups that want to tear everything down for their own benefits, and all sorts of groups. It's true. They want everybody. They want a vague sort of change, and some of them don't care who does it or how it happens.
Some of them just want things to stay the same too. But I think a lot of people are being lied to, though, and that's why they want these things. It's a real problem. I feel like right now that people are able to really ignore news. Like, it's just so hard to find actual news, and it's so easy to ignore it. And don't know, like memory.
Something. Yeah.
Memories of my days in the moonlight.
I don't know. I gotta get rid of stuff that's fogging up memory.
You're getting like a lag or something.
No, my pen keeps stopping producing lines.
Oh no!
And I feel like it's because of a memory leak. But anyway. Yeah, like people think that stuff like trans people are like invading like girls' sports and stuff, and it's like just not true. Like that's one example of just like things that are being blown like so far out of proportion and then being seated in these like weird cultural debates that we're just like on like face like seemingly meant to lose and then give up, and no one ever gets the news that actually most people are for gender affirming care, trans rights, the ability for people to get like mental help for trans kids, without it being like considered grooming and stuff like that. Like most people have no problem with that, but like things are blown out of proportion by people like Libs of TikTok and Breitbart and these other places, Fox News, and they just make it so.
Just I'm going to piggyback the bigger social issue that is attached to that as well. But like, people want autonomy of their bodies. It's not policed by anybody else, because it's our body, not the government's ruled body. Because it is bigger than that. Because women want reproductive rights. Women want there's a collection of other things. Like men need to be able to take testosterone too if they want to continue to be like virile.
Exactly.
So like that's also what I'm saying, like it's not just about like the single gender needing that and asking for that. It's actually like all people.
Yeah.
Like
and that's a problem that they're having with women now. Like they say that transphobia is misogyny disguised, and they're absolutely right, because now women are having trouble getting estrogen for legitimate like female problems. Like
yeah, exactly.
Like when you go through menopause, like your body stops producing estrogen in like certain quantities. So like people that nobody would ever consider to be trans, like just regular old women, need gender affirming care, and like all this transphobia is hurting like actual women. It's funny how it's hurting like women and not really like men, although there are some men that cannot get the hormonal stuff that they need to. Again, a lot of young people, older women in menopause and young people that just have like issues, and again, not put into the news, not part of the normal parade of sensational garbage.
Jack, is it okay if we zoom out even just a little bit more? Because again, this isn't an issue that's just about trans people or people who are having gender-related, hormonal-related issues they need cared for. If you look at the bigger issue, it's all of us asking for healthcare in general. Because in order to get any of those things that we've talked about, you need to be very low. And in order to go through a process like that, you have to commit a lot to it. That's where I think it's an issue for all of Americans. It's not, again, this is standing up for trans people, but also recognizing that, like, as humans age, male or female, regardless of what they recognize themselves as, like, their bodies are going to be changing and need care to support that. And then we, from the cradle to the grave, should be taken care of by the government that we're paying taxes to.
I think what would be amazing is if, like, the sort of change I think would be great is somebody writes up a tax code that, taxes the wealthier people, so that we can then just write the healthcare right into the tax code. And that would be a great change.
It would be. It would only take a lot of money towards lobbyists to make it happen.
Yeah.
Not getting killed outright by people who are wealthy and seeing it being like, hell no, take care of the poor people with our money. That's no. The government should force people with the funds who are not going to be able to use those funds to pay people who don't. And I'm not saying hurt them in any way, because that amount of money, regardless of the percentage, does not.
Well, I mean, if they don't want to give it up, I am. If they don't want to give it up, I mean,
that's the thing. Somebody said it
lean
recently.
on them.
I can't remember who I heard it from, but they said that tax is not for poor people. Tax is for the rich people, because you want to keep the poor people settled and happy. Because if they can't afford food and they have no place to live, what do you think is about to happen? Like, I'm not threatening mob violence. I'm just talking about social physics.
Well, and dude, when you hear what because rich people will prep for stuff like, an apocalypse or anything like that, stuff like that, and they have the resources to like feel, like I can really prep for this shit. Like I can buy, like if I can have a bunker made and have like a bunch of food down there that'll last me for fucking years, and just sit on that. And if anything pops off, then people are going to be coming to me and trying to get in my fucking bunker to survive or whatever.
Absolutely. Yep.
Dude, and when you hear them talk about, when you hear people that like consultants that deal with rich people talk about the kinds of questions that they ask them, the kind of stuff that they want to figure out, it is like, how can I have a security force but not let them have any of my food? Like how can I control? Like asking these like weird questions about control. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, dude. That's exactly like I was listening to a podcast.
You're gonna be food, right? Should be the consultant's response.
Dude, this guy on the Slate podcast was saying exactly that. He was like, no, you are not going to get that situation going, guy. Like you are going to get overrun, and they're going to take your shit. You are not going to stop it.
Right.
No. If only I know the code, and so like they can't get into this. It's like, dude, there's more ways to get a code. Like, dude, you don't think that they couldn't like fucking starve you? You don't think that they couldn't fucking like kidnap you or get to somebody that you like or blow something or like get something over on you to like get that fucking code? Like, it's just I mean, but that's what these people want, and they want to control. What they want is to control us, like, and that a part of that is controlling our bodies. So I'm not surprised that you have a lot of this regression happening. But
thank you for tying that back in. That was a good reminder of where that had started. But I don't think it's so much about controlling us. Like, I don't think that other people who are in the mindset that do that sort of thing, that want to control the world, are thinking about anybody but themselves. It comes from probably a place of being scared or neglected, and so they're trying to make people notice them or at least obey them. I'm guessing. I'm not trying to sum up everybody. Some people are just evil fuckers who like to actually get one over. But greedy people, they know they can win if they have the most money, and that gives them something. Obviously not enough to keep them happy.
Yeah.
Because
they definitely
something else
to keep their wealth. Yeah, they want to keep. They think that's what makes them happy, and they want to keep it. I mean,
and when the idea that if you let the system break, that it won't mean anything. Like, you think it would be in their best interest to be like, you know what, I should make sure that the American government doesn't fail, because that's where my currency is based in.
No, they think that they'll be the new government. They think that they can install a.
Do you think that that's the political plan right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you can look up stuff on Peter Thiel already, and you can see. Like,
I had my suspicions, and I was like, that can't be realistic. But okay, wow.
No, it's what they want. They want to. It's what they tried to do in the 1920s. I can't remember what corporate CEOs in the 1920s tried to do a coup on the American government. They tried to install people in the American government to take control so that they could set laws for it. It was a whole real conspiracy.
Nice.
And that's
Of
what
course it will.
that's what people like Peter Thiel want, and that's what people like Elon Musk want. They want to be the government so that they can not have to pay anything, get free shit, and have everyone working for them. You know, like it's you know, I mean, it's fascist, like autocratic shit. Like that's
I
what
can
they
only
want. They want
laugh
to control.
because what a terrible hellscape we're existing through.
Yeah,
But
they want to
remember what
control
came
all the
after
resources.
the 20s? Yeah, it was the Great Revival and continued growth. I mean, like we see the New Deal coming after that, right? Like the end of the 20s, 30s. So not that any president is necessarily to be celebrated, but it's a good idea to put people to work and redevelop your country so things aren't busted anymore.
Well, that's the thing. Like they want to put us to work for free. They want us to be a free labor class that doesn't, get health care, doesn't get paid anything more than what is bare sustenance, what they choose to give us. So we can't like accrue anything. We can't grow, and they want to control where we eat, sleep, our housing. They want to have everything, so that there's no way that we can. I mean, if you saw the movie Alien Romulus, I mean, that's like pretty much the thing. Like they want fucking, corporate colonies where, the laws are set completely irrespective of any like fucking government. The corporations.
You know what Leia said? She said, the more you tighten the grip, the more the galaxy slips through your fingers.
One can only hope. I mean, that's why it's important for people to be educated. But dude, they're finding ways to choke people out of being able to even know fucking what happened today, let alone history, let alone like fucking, that like they want to keep that kind of shit too, like completely separate away from the labor class, so that everybody's just too fucking.
A conspiracy in the 20s of the CEOs trying to take over America was not taught in American history. I'm sure that was taken off the books immediately. They're like, slaves loved being on the plantation.
And dude,
they had houses.
Literally,
there.
that is something.
I know, it's fucking sick. Like, I was making it kind of as a joke, and at the same time, I'm like, motherfuckers, you did what? Like,
it's disgusting. Dude.
You're not Tarantino. You don't get to rewrite history however you want to, bro.
I mean, fucking PragerU is some gross ass shit, but yeah, dude, like the fact that they want to like try to put a positive. Why do you want to put a positive
in slavery? In human enslavement.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. And it's like because they think that they are the ones who will be holding the whips, and it's like no group has ever. Every group has been capable of being enslaved and has been enslaved by their own people. All groups all over the fucking planet have been. The only one that's been the most notoriously fucked because it had to support a bunk-ass ideology was the transatlantic slave trade. As shitty as slavery has been all throughout the fucking world, I mean, most of it has been indentured servitude based on, like, war or debt. Like, there have been slaves throughout history that have earned their freedom and become, like, people in society, not because slavery is good, but because those societies understood that kind of pathway gave people a reason to live. Like, a reason to
I just want to shout out the whole country of India, who was like, fuck off, Britain. Like, we've had enough of your bullshit. Because for a long time, Britain was just running the entire country as theirs. And they're like, nah, we're done with this. And like, just to see that, India growing as an economy, and like becoming, I don't know, a major player.
Absolutely.
Because of that, right? They were enslaved people, and eventually it had enough because there's so many of them. Like, how can you go up against India?
Well, and the idea that you can even like justify any kind of slavery after, the 20th, after the 19th century, is beyond me. But the kind of slavery they want to bring back, I don't even think it's the British, India slavery. I mean, they want to bring back the transatlantic, like fucking we whip you for holding a book.
They're actually talking about like chains and whips.
Yeah,
everybody is like a slave. Whatever, in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet chariot.
You're gonna love our overlord. You're like, as long as I can keep singing. Like, shut up there, boy. You will never silence this voice. Because in your head you sound like Kermit the Frog, or my impersonation of Kermit the Frog.
Oh, sweet chariot, coming
there he is. Do you do a good Kermit voice, Jack?
I do not. Yeah, I can't really do a Kermit voice. It sounds a little, he's drunk or something. I don't know. He sounds nervous or something. My Kermit's always kind of just not
me unawares.
It's my Kermit.
We were trying to figure out how to do it, and I was like, no, anybody can do a Kermit voice. And then we were trying to do a Kermit voice, and I was like, oh, actually, dang, what are they doing?
I think, like everybody has a Kermit voice. Like he's not the hardest voice to do, but I can't. I've always been disappointed in my Kermit.
Yeah, not exactly like Jim Henson sounds. That's the that's why I was like, I think probably you're right. Everyone has imitated the Kermit voice, but Jim and Brian, who actually does a very passable Kermit the Frog, I'll begrudgingly say. This is how invested I am with the Muppets, right? Like, when the Muppets got passed down, I was like, no, he'll never be as good as Jim. And then, he's
Jim.
Yeah,
was it? So.
Also, he was lost way too soon. I think Jim Henson dies at like 54 or something.
Yeah, he also, kind of a like shitty death too, because he didn't go to the doctor soon enough.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't it, like pneumonia or something that catches him? Because it was, he was just being stubborn.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was, but like it was something that if he'd gone to, gone to the doctor, he would have survived if he had gone to the doctor like right away. So
always go to the doctor, everyone.
Always go to the doctor. Go.
Yeah,
go now.
That's not as much of an issue when you can afford it. Jim could. So that's why it is. This is ridiculous. It's strep throat that kills him. The cause of death is toxic shock syndrome caused by strep throat. Or a streptococcal infection. It's probably in his throat. That's the most likely place that it comes. You can get out of it.
That is unfortunate.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Where he's just like, nope, we're done now.
I really love, everyone talks about the Muppets, but man, I was really big on Fraggle Rock. I love Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, when I say Muppets, I'm talking about any of the extended Jim Henson universe.
Yeah. I love the Muppets too. Do not.
Yeah, see, you can't, it's just like, and who doesn't love the Muppets? Like, that's the thing.
Only weirdos.
Yeah, I don't know anyone. I know people who are like indifferent to them, where they're like, yeah, I guess I'm not really all about that. But not anyone who's like, oh no, like, there are some Muppets that I don't like, but it's because they have strong personalities. But or like specific reasons. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan of the Grouch because he's mean, and you can't really be friends with him.
He's a grouch.
Yeah,
he is a grouch.
You know what I mean? Like, you
with him and I think I'm trying to remember now. No, forget I said stuff.
Hey, so you remember that time that Aaron never said anything and he just stayed quiet?
Yeah.
Isn't that like a wild, like totally different experience with Aaron? Because generally we can't get him to stop talking.
Sorry, I completely spaced there.
The irony is being laid on way too thick, and there's no recourse for it. I did today take off the weekend of the Secret City Improv Fest So I'm going to be going down there, or going over to there in Tennessee. One of the guy who runs it was on one of our shows 2 weeks ago. So like,
Okay.
it's a big-ish improv festival in the Tennessee area. He's got a fully booked 3 days of shows. So I'm stoked. So that's not going to affect you. Yeah, I think I'm going to be. It won't be a Tuesday or Thursday. But
Okay.
yeah, I'll try to get photos for everyone up on Instagram or something.
You know, I really dropped the ball because I went to the IO Improv Fest here a couple weeks ago, and I didn't even tell you that.
Oh man, how was that experience? What did you see? Who did you see?
Who did I see? I saw some groups from Colorado.
Fun.
I can't remember the names of any of the groups. I wish I still had the bill. I had the bill for the day that I went to. But they were all really good.
Any standout moments?
Any standout moments? Yeah, like there was one show. I think this was the people from Denver. They did a whole improv show musical.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. They were not bad at all. The person I went with, she and I were both like, this could either be really bad or really good. And it was pretty good.
That's all of improv, yeah.
Yeah.
It could be the most awesome thing you've ever seen, or you're going to be absolutely amazed.
Yeah. We were sitting in the front row for that one too, and they did not like try to include us, which we really appreciated.
Yeah, that's nice, but
there were just like a number of groups that, you know, like they did shows where it was like an ongoing story. So it's like, you know, there's there was one that was like about like a toy store or like a candy. It was like a candy store, I think, and you know, they just like improv their way through like something happening at the candy store, and at the end, the person that like owned the candy store, inherited the candy store. They were the villain, and they were like secretly killing everybody.
That's fun.
I wish I remembered the name of the groups, but I can't remember the names. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. If you feel like it, you could drop it into one of the chats at some point. But if you think about it, but obviously not necessary. It's more just improv is fun for the experience, and so that's I'm like, how was your experience doing it? It
was great. Yeah. We missed the show because we were standing in the wrong line. You know, because we had bought tickets, we had you know, first like, you know, choice in like getting in and like getting seats and stuff, but we came up to one show and there was a line going all the way around the back, and we misunderstood that we were like ticket holders, so we should just be able to go in. And so we stood at the back of this line, and I got told that we couldn't go in, and it was like, it sucked. And then we found out later that was like, there was a line for performers and students. I don't know what that meant, but I guess it's for people
if there's open seats. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like yeah. It's one of the points of like going to classes there is you get to see as much improv as you can watch. Generally, there's some shows,
gotcha.
Or couldn't. But
I mean, you're not going to get into TJ and Dave, but
unless you're like working in the bar or as an usher. No, that was one of the best ways to get to see you. Fun time. Yeah, so that's fun. Did you see any other ones that you're like, oh yeah, this is a good candy store and the musical?
I'm trying to remember because it's like they were all like very quick. But
so
they were. I mean,
series of sketches.
Exactly. But they were all very good. Like
you laughed a lot?
Yeah, we laughed a lot, and we commented at the end that it was, you know, good improv. Like we were not disappointed at all. So
that's awesome. Yeah, IO has the ability to get really good teams for sure. I think all the fests that I got to see there, I was always really impressed. Like because they are who they are and they are so interconnected, they can pick the quality to really put on a good festival. I believe this is also true about the one I'm going to. He's been doing this thing that's like off the beaten track, and they have like their own like community that exists there, which I didn't know about. So I'm like, sweet, I want to go hang out with them for the weekend, watch shows. Yeah, it'll be fun. Also, apparently this town has like an interesting history. Yeah, it's the secret city. So it's like a city that doesn't really exist on the map because technically it's 3 different cities that stopped existing. Yeah. I find
It's like when you find unincorporated land somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what happened, and then it was used to make uranium, I believe is what it was, when they were doing the bomb project. It was named after
super useful.
Yeah, the super useful bomb project.
Exactly.
For bombing. Oh my god! I heard and read the stats. Like someone was reading the stats of like what happens to an atomic explosion, like how it tears your body apart. And it's just like it's like levels of horrific. Like he's like, if you go out this way, you know, like the initial blast, you'll just be ripped apart by shrapnel. Over the quickest and easiest way to go. But then he talks about the intense heat, the chemical fallout, the fact that molecules have like radioactive molecules have ripped through your body. So if you survive, like all your organs are perforated with these microscopic holes that are just radioactive.
Yep.
Yeah. Damn.
And it's not just like your body; it's your DNA. Like you're like they're so small.
So, there you go. Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, it's not tissue. It's actually going down to on the molecular level. Yeah. So and then you're essentially you've got cellular cancer as it like is like spreading out. Yeah.
Unraveling your
DNA by like.
I mean, and dude, everyone that's
I'm
ever
not only because it's horrific.
Yeah. Like everyone that I've ever heard talk about what it's like to go through that kind of radiation poisoning and die from it, you want to put a gun in your mouth. Like I've heard this one of the worst ways.
Like if they tell you that, like as far as I know, still that might be your quickest, most painless death. Like go the morphine shot if you can get it. You know.
Morphine doesn't even work. On the show Chernobyl on HBO.
No.
One of the doctors was saying that they can't even give them morphine for the pain because their like vessels can't hold it or something, or I don't know. Like there's some reason they couldn't even give them.
Even on a level, they can't even. Yeah. Okay. They can't even give you. That's the hot take right there, bro. Just so you know, from the 40th episode, we found out you can't even get morphine for radiation. You know, one of the things we're talking about here. Sorry, Aaron.
Oh, I was just about to say you can sometimes get superpowers if it's a spider.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I mean, we could hope for that. There is also the possibility that humans would adapt in the face of radioactivity, as we've seen.
Like 90%, you're gonna die, but 10% you get superpowers.
Well, there are genetic adaptations where your DNA will heal itself. They're actually doing experiments with this with mice right now. They've had like trials with mice that have been given radiation poisoning, like where their DNA is split, and then there's like this mole that never gets cancer, and it's because it has this ability to like knit its DNA. So they like gave it to these mice, and like they did survive radiation poisoning. They reknit their DNA. So
just inject yourself with mold.
Right. That I don't know if that's the takeaway, but that could be read that way. So, Aaron, thank you.
Yeah,
for doing it. I think it's interesting, right? Like if we understand what we're doing and genetically like snip our own DNA for our children, right? We could have a future where we can survive a nuclear holocaust.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like once we get to a certain point, people are just going to make, superhumans, and it is going to just be like, do we, Do we?
I mean,
do we just?
it should have happened in the 90s. So,
I mean, I'm not talking about people with superpowers, but I'm just talking about people with like they can knit their DNA, they can like regrow limbs, regrow teeth.
Yeah, well, you're talking about
probably
Don!
That, well, I mean, if we are getting to the point where we can do that, then what stops people from doing that? You know what I mean?
I mean,
like,
nothing
proven
will
that
stop
it can't.
them.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be just money because laws just only come with fines. Say it again.
Is it too late to do to myself?
That is the question.
No,
yeah, the question of like being able to re-edit someone's current DNA versus like starting from scratch. I think the starting from scratch is simpler. I have no idea about the second one. I think that's more in sci-fi, but I don't know if anyone's actually doing that.
Well, they have the CRISPR technique to splice in DNA in like living cells. So they can.
But isn't it like latent? Like it doesn't like, say for instance, you like change your DNA so you can get a different eye color. Your eyes don't change necessarily, do they? You just now have the ability to pass on that gene. I guess that wouldn't be true necessarily because women always have their eggs.
Yeah, it's a kind of therapy that can express the gene. I don't know what the process is like. I would imagine that it's definitely like a medical process that takes a while and might be painful, but they've made mice glow, so I would imagine.
Currently, it's true,
excellent.
Right?
Yeah.
You put something into them and it grew into their body. I forgot that I heard that story, and I didn't even think about. Okay, cool. Because I was always considering in terms of just putting into babies or fetuses, if you want, are more comfortable with the jelly term.
I mean, for sure, they know how to do that. I mean, if you are trying to like make a baby that has specific traits, they can.
Yeah, with most of like selective breeding and like cloning has been is like putting it into an unborn fetus and programming it to be what you want it to be. But that's interesting. That is correct. So then, Aaron, I guess your question of is it too late for you? The answer to that question is no.
Excellent.
The answer to the question of whether or not I started our commercial break a little bit too late is yes. So I'm going to do that real quick just to point out that we're on a Cox and Space podcast, and we're here drawing with Jack. The cool thing about this episode is that we are celebrating our 40th episode of Drawing with Jack, and just looking back at all we've done. And I guess in a lot of ways, kind of the friendship that we have been growing because we hang out consistently all the time. So I think if you listen to the early Drawing with Jack episodes, we're kind of like we don't know each other necessarily. Very different from the conversation of what happened tonight. But you can always check us out more if you want to join the crew. We're a bunch of weirdos making a cartoon. It's coxinspace.com, coxinspace.com. That will get you connected with our Discord, where we hang out and do the podcast. That will let you be in the green room when we get started, and then hang out with the guests afterwards. We meet a lot of the nights of the week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 7:30 Central, Drawing with Jack. Fridays, 7:30 Central, Flicking with Skip, and then Chandler's an 8 p.m. show on Saturdays, also 8 p.m. Central. And then we've been doing some Secret Sundays. We're actually starting a new one where we're going to be doing They Die at the End. We're going to be playing that for a couple of hours starting at 6 o'clock. So if you want to play on Sundays, it's a tabletop role-playing game. It's really easy to pick up. We just tell stories together. It's super fun, and we're going to have a lot of laughs. So we're going to come out and go do that. That's going to be happening on our Discord. coxinspace.com is where you get to go and check that out. There's some more stuff too, like if you want to be a weirdo and talk about your weird interests. Actually, let's back that up a little bit. If you want to be a person who's interesting and talk about the things you're interested in, because we do like weirdos, but I just realized how weird some people's interests can be. But you can connect with Aaron Cosbill through our Facebook at coxinspace.com, and he's gonna have to get DM'd all the weird stuff that you're into. So I've just made that job a little more to stay him. And you can also connect in with our Patreon. $5 a month. That's all it takes to keep us supported. Our longest running supporter, of course, is Jomo, who comes on from time to time, and we're lucky to have him. So, guys, thanks for being here for our 40th show. Anything you want to shout out in the middle of our break?
No.
Good.
So good. Aaron Cosbill, the professor of comedy. Jack Haynes, the illustrator, also a Twitch streamer. Go Paso on Twitch.tv.
Indeed.
Yeah, so check that out on the nights that we're not getting together, Monday and Wednesday, and then other times. So we get to hang out with Ryan Williams this weekend, which is really, really fun. Just the old friend. Speaking of improv, he sent me the KUMATE videos.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. Excited. I'm going to cut him into it when we're talking about it. We'll probably just get to KUMATE. I'll try to clean them up as best as I can. So he does this one-man show of improv, Jack, where he would be put in a situation where he would set up some characters and then inevitably a fight would break out, and he would use whatever the environment was around him to have a fight between multiple characters.
Oh, wow.
So funny. It's one of those things that you're like, that could go really bad. Or it could be the funniest thing you've ever seen. And he was, because of who he is, he was consistently so funny. The whole audience is just dying laughing. And then like they're touched by the moments of just playing his several characters against each other. Yeah, it was really fun to hang out with him. He's retired now, back. He doesn't even do it anymore. Like one of the like raw like masters of the craft. It's just interesting that was what he's done. I mean, I'm not faulting him for being a dad, because that's a
he got married and had kids.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, awesome. That I do it. So, and then also like he's just amazing, like how talented he probably still is.
Oh, it's sad. College funny, but it's better than easy money. That the guy's only doing it for some doll.
Nice. Is that from Guys and Dolls?
It's from Guys and Dolls, yes.
You reminded me of another skit from the improv festival I went to. There were these two guys that were doing a improvised show that it started with one of them falling asleep at the beach. Like the idea that somebody put out was like falling asleep at the beach or something, and he immediately chose to fall asleep at the beach, but he had kids with him and he lost his kids. He got sunburned and lost his kids. Yeah, it could go so wrong, but right. I can't even remember what he did, but it just turned out to be so fucking hilarious. Like, I was just like, I remember thinking like, oh shit, like we're losing kids, like this is going to be so weird. Like, like abusing kids humor, and it wasn't that at all. Like it was just this guy just like being like totally lost for 20 minutes. It was great.
So the show centered around him trying to find his kids.
Yeah, he like fell asleep at the beach and like lost like a bunch of stuff, and he kept and it was like so it was like two guys doing the comedy improv, but they had a third improver who was a sound engineer, and so he was improving sound effects. Yeah. Right. So that one was actually, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that one was actually pretty dope. Like every once in a while, like the sound engineer guy would do a sound effect of like something crashing on the guy. Yeah, like just out of nowhere, like something would just like hit him all of a sudden. Yeah, yeah, it was good. It was good.
And then he just plays off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was pretty good.
That's really funny.
Cannot see it.
Yeah, definitely thought it was going to be like bad at first, because again, it was just like two guys and then like a sound guy doing like sound stuff. I was like, God,
right? And he's lost his kids. You're like, oh no, what are they? Who are they? Yeah.
But it was good.
Yeah, it's always. I mean, no subject is actually taboo. It's always how you handle a subject that makes it whether it's funny or not.
Yeah. I mean, the kids, I think at the end were okay. And, it never really focused on them. It was just like, all of a sudden, like, he had a sunburn and he was like, oh shit, my kids.
Yeah, so he's the type of guy who would lose kids. Not that his kids are actually part of the plot. You're focused on the guy who, okay,
exactly,
so, right?
Exactly.
That keeps it in a very safe place. That's awesome. Very fun. And then ending can be funny. Like you don't have to worry about, morally what you
right.
how you
exactly.
feel about it. Like I'm laughing, yes, but then also I feel a little bit dirty for doing so.
Yeah. Yeah, it pretty much was like we're just gonna, beat on this guy for 20 minutes because, like I said, stuff kept falling on him. He somehow got involved in like a volleyball game that was happening on the beach that he fell asleep on, and he kept getting spiked in the face by the volleyball.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was just
things
like
you can do with sound effects. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was another show at the Comedy Fest that I remember now.
Super fun. That is kind of, man, I'm glad you shared that. That is kind of the one of the things I'm hoping, like, that's why I was sharing it with you guys, is like, hey, I'm going to come back from this, and I want to tell you about the comedy that I saw there. I'm hoping that it sounds like there's some stuff that they're doing is like very fringe. So I want to see something different. I was in Chicago, so I've seen like a lot of the types of shows that exist.
Right.
And the jokes that can be made. I'm sure they're updated, because of the times and stuff like that. But yeah, I was just like, when I hear about this show, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be like kind of eclectic. I'm hoping. You can say that about improv. Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly what he's going for, but like from what I was looking at his roster too and what he was talking about, I was like, okay, cool. I like where this is going. And then his big thing was the vibe of the festival, which is why I was like, yeah, I want to be out there because like people just hanging out, having good times together is always a good times.
Sorry,
Aaron. I don't think we've ever talked about my favorite musical. And
what is your favorite musical?
It's Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Oh, I love that one,
dude. Right?
I don't know that one.
Oh, you should listen to it because Neil Patrick Harris does Hedwig in the Broadway rendition.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know
it's
that.
Not as great, of course, because it's the original. Like, not as great. But it is fun to hear what he does and what Hedwig becomes through it.
The movie was so like
100%
formational for me. Like,
yeah. I was just listening to the soundtrack yesterday again. That's why I was bringing it up. I was like, oh my god, I haven't told Aaron about this. Origin of Love is like one of those songs that if I'm like really like down, like I'll be like, when the earth was still flat and mountains of fire, I'm like, ready to go. It's really, I actually got to see a live performance one time. It wasn't like anywhere big, but it was in a black box theater, and they did it really, I feel like the way that it was done originally. I can't attest to that, right? Like, I don't know. But it was very like, the audience was almost on stage, and they did like, because what the show is it's a rock opera, but it's Hedwig telling her story with her band on stage, and she's using like the performance as like using the show as a performance of her like autobiography. So it kind of felt like you were in the Denny's. You know what I mean? Like when she's yelling out the door, like at the big stadium, she's like actually opening up the theater door and like yelling out at, Tommy Gnosis and how he betrayed her. So it's like, it was like it moved me to tears. And it was so good. It's just so good.
I've never seen a live Hedwig, but I would love to. I would enjoy it a lot. I've been seeing more
he's the
plays.
And having a good Hedwig,
Oh,
of
for sure.
course. I mean, like if someone's just slouching around and being Hedwig, you couldn't buy it. Because she's a rock star, guy.
Oh, of course.
You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? But,
Yeah, dude, Hedwig has to fucking, yeah, exactly, be the baddest badass.
Right. I mean, because
rocker
how
ever.
can you not be a badass and sing Wig in a Box? Which is just like, sometimes I'm down in my dumps. This is the theme of the song, Aaron. You'll appreciate this. Sometimes I'm down in the dumps, and like life just deals you a bad hand. But what you have to do is you got to look yourself in the mirror, get yourself straight, and just look the best that you can, and go out there and present the best you that you can be.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why the soundtrack is so inspiring, because like it doesn't matter like who you are or where you're coming from. Like Hedwig is a human, and Hedwig is talking about her human experiences. Some of them. I don't think Sugar Daddy is relatable to everybody, but
I mean, he kind of is, because we all like trade. Yeah, we all trade a little bit of our security and freedom for security. Different kind of security, I guess.
Any type of security you can get. Aaron, so you haven't seen it. So the story is about Hans, who's trying to escape from East Berlin, and marries a American soldier to get out, using his mom's passport. So
yeah,
he has to have a sex change. It's necessary. That's actually the
sex
song.
change in quotes.
Yeah, in quotes. The song opens with, "My sex change operation got botched. My guardian angel fell asleep on the watch. Now all I've got is this Barbie doll crotch. I've got an angry inch."
Got an angry inch.
Yeah. 6 inches forward and 5 inches back. It's great. It's like it's a rock opera, but it's in the style like punk mostly, but they just go hard.
Definitely go hard. The stories are not for the faint of heart, but it's a very touching movie.
I think like I forget who the name of the person who wrote and directed her and plays her. And this is a travesty on my part. I apologize to everyone who's like, "Oh my God, did you just, how can you love the show and not know who Hedwig is?"
Yeah. It's a Harry Potter's owl.
Yeah, exactly. They definitely stole it.
I mean,
she was like, I wonder if she's like really pissed about that, being a transphobe. Yeah, she wasn't trying to do that on purpose. She's like, "Oh, it's John Cameron Mitchell." Oh, but yeah, no. So like, imagine like you go see a rock show. That's basically what the show of Hedwig is. Is you're going to see a punk rock show, and then it's this diva who's at the helm, like, and she wrote all these songs about her life, and she's telling you about herself during the show. Like, that's the difference for me between the movie, which is really cool and super fun and does present all the music great, and like seeing it anywhere live. Is that like what I think the experience is supposed to be is that her punk rock band is there to tell you about life. Aaron, I hope you're already checking it out on Spotify. You're like, or whatever your music is.
Well, I mean, I'm talking with you guys. I can't listen to other things.
No, I know, but like you're already like you like pulled it up or whatever, noted it. But yeah, no, Neil Patrick Harris. I know that you love, and you love him anyway. He can sing, and he does.
Yeah, Horrible is one of my favorite musicals.
Yeah, that's what I was like. You'll love it because it's he's singing. He's definitely going for it.
Okay, cool.
I totally forgot about this cat because we've been working so much on Luna.
I haven't put too much.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just like, there's a cat here. He's being threatened.
Yeah, I showed some people this page that I was in the state of it being worked on, and they were like, this isn't some like misogynist, like anti-woman stuff. Is it, Jack? And I was like, what?
This is the same question you asked 5 months ago when we started working on this. It was like the first thing you asked.
It's like they were like, look, he pulled a gun on this like cat. And I'm like, I mean, it's an orgasm gun. It's like the Orgasmo gun.
Yeah. it's supposed to give her pleasure.
The O-ray, which actually just gives oxygen into the target, which elevates their mood.
Gotcha. Okay. Very scientific.
Yeah. I mean, that's why people go to oxygen bars, right? Because it gives them pleasure. And this is like a ray that does that.
I've never been to an oxygen bar.
Neither. Yeah, either.
Yeah, I've only heard of them. I don't go to regular bars. Why would I go to an oxygen one? I can breathe the oxygen that's in the air just fine, for free.
Aaron, we have to talk about your oxygen problem. We've seen you go to the oxygen bars.
You've been definitely. I mean, every time I hear you talk, you're using up that oxygen. I can hear it.
Yeah, every day you're just using up oxygen all the time, dude. Gotta talk.
I mean, I can.
Oh wow,
I can quit
you know about
whenever I want.
Oh geez. You think you can? And you think you can just go full turkey and you're not going to like come crawling back?
I mean, I'm not going to because it's a choice, obviously, because I don't have a problem.
And we care about you.
We're just. I mean, that was really.
You're in.
This is not a
serious drawing with my oxygen.
I just. How are we going to get his oxygen?
Like I can get you oxygen if that's what you're looking for. I know a guy who knows a guy who's a dealer of oxygen. Gets it right from the source. Got a whole plant all to himself.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I thought you were about to say planet, and then I was going to accuse you of being Mel Brooks in Spaceballs.
That would have been even better, honestly. A whole plant.
A whole plant net. Yeah. This cat, I don't know if she... Oh, go ahead, Aaron, I'm sorry.
I was about to say, that's why I'm a meatitarian. Because other animals take oxygen away from me, and plants give me oxygen.
Fair, right? I mean, you got to choose whose sides are on when plants finally...
Yeah. I'm on the side of me breathing.
Dude, that would be wild if plants were running an op the whole time. Dude, can you imagine?
Actually using like birds and stuff to spread their seed.
Dude, and botanists were like, they're like not on the kill list because, they were, well, I mean, I guess some botanists would be because they were doing bad experiments, but, the ones that like just talked to the plants and were nice.
Yeah.
They, they're not only, but then like, one day the plants rise up. That would be wild.
What?
That guy's a cross-pollinizer.
Dude, it would be wild if like plants had favorites and they were like, oh yeah, no, you may live among us. Here, stand here. Don't move.
So I haven't
seen
it because I haven't watched an M. Night Shyamalan movie since the one that when they were in the woods.
The Village?
The Village, yeah, The Village. Yeah. So wasn't there a movie, an M. Night Shyamalan movie where I think The Happening, isn't that the plot? The trees are taking back the earth.
The Happening is people are disappearing.
I'm just gonna Google it. That's what I'll read to you.
Okay.
Oh wait, there's a movie called Happening, which is not the same movie. Okay. Hang on, let me put the word maybe I'll have to spell out Shyamalan.
That's why I'm glad Google gives suggestions, because I only guess at a lot of things.
Are you looking it up too?
No.
I'm not. I was checking my.
Oh no, I mean Aaron, because he was like, yeah.
No. But I was just commenting on Google searching.
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Yeah, I definitely thought it was SHA. It's SHY, and then there's an A. Wikipedia pulling up the plot. Sheik and Elliot realizes the plants are now targeting individuals. I don't know if it's all plants.
Oh wait, so this is the plot of a movie?
Yeah, so the plot of the movie is that there's an event caused by a bioterrorist attack, or believed to have happened, and then it causes humans to kill themselves.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it wasn't that they were afraid of trees. It's that they're afraid of the wind because they're trying to act like they don't want the neurotoxins to blow on them or something.
Don't blow on me!
You know, I take what I previously said back. I did watch the one where
With the water?
the superheroes team up in the M. Night Shyamalan
Split?
movies. Well, it's
that Split?
It's the movie after Split, because I kind of got the gist of what Split was, and then someone told me that the Beast was the twist in the movie. And then there's that, you know, we've been waiting for the sequel to Unbreakable. Mr. Glass came along, was supposed to do that, or Split. No, yeah, sorry. Like we met Mr. Glass, but then there was, you know, at the end of the movie, they tie in the fact that the Beast is actually in the same universe as the Unbreakable universe of Mr. Glass. And anyway, so there's a third movie, and I was like, maybe it'll be worth watching.
Was it?
Yeah. No, it was so bad.
No.
It was like it was bad even to like M. Night Shyamalan standards. Like it wasn't. There was no twist, and it treated his characters as insane the whole time, and then brought them out to fight like King Kong versus Godzilla. That was the whole movie.
I think the twist was that the hospital was trying to like learn how to do something with people, right? Like that was the
there was a bigger conspiracy that they were trying to learn what the anomaly, how it happened, and how they worked.
Yeah.
It was just.
It was not good. I do remember.
It was not good. Yeah, I mean, there was an event that occurred for sure. It's that same sort of thing. And then, I mean, the twist was there, but like again, even for him, like he's not clever at twists, but sometimes like he'll be able to slip it by you.
Well, he had the one. He had you know, Sixth Sense. And,
Sixth Sense was the one that I think everyone like, because then the only reason I think it worked is because they didn't know that there was going to be a twist. And I think from that point forward, a lot of people, when they watch the movie, they're like looking for what because he'll always tilt his hand and be like, "Here's the twist coming up," so you can kind of figure it out beforehand, as you should. But like, yeah, so that's where like that twist, I was like, yeah, you know, they're obviously not trying to help these guys, because she never once acted like that, which is a shame because it's the actress from American Horror Story. But I'm forgetting her name, Laura Linney, maybe. And she's brilliant. And she really could do good stuff. She has done really good stuff with very little material on American Horror Story. And then also she's done a bunch of period pieces recently. She was doing some TV. But yeah, she's a fantastic actress, and so like she was set up to deliver the twist, which was like sold out probably in the previews of the movie. All right, so done. I really love cinema for you guys. A movie you want to talk about that you enjoy?
Can we talk about movies that we enjoyed? Sure. I want to bring up.
Unless there's one that you don't. Yeah, run with it.
Well, I wanted to bring up another M. Night Shyamalan movie because there was
Okay.
the Beach. Is that what it's called? No, it's not called The Beach. What is it called?
Old?
Lady in the Water?
Yes. No, not Lady in the Water. I that's the one that I have not seen.
Jeez.
The Lady in the Water.
That's my last one I saw.
Isn't that movie? I haven't watched it either, but I think the premise is it's fun to make up stories, and no one should ever criticize me ever. I think that's what the story is. But
So,
yeah, no,
Old.
but isn't that every beach? I mean, really, every time you leave the beach, you're a little bit older than you were. You've definitely aged.
I mean, I thought that it had some interesting. I thought it had some interesting like moments in it that were like definitely. It like captured the existential horror that he was going for. Like I appreciated Old, even if I mean it was not the greatest movie for sure. Like it didn't really. It was kind of like pitched as like M. Night Shyamalan is back, and I'm like not convinced of that, but
Like, right.
it did. Yeah, it did like give me like some like scares, I would say.
That's
where I was just
interesting.
like,
Him
oh,
tackling existential horror. That I didn't see the movie as that concept. I didn't actually see the movie. Like it said, I've been kind of like steering clear. I'll get synopsis and I'll read people's takes from it and see why they said the things they said to kind of get a feel. Like I don't take their opinion, but a number of people feeling in the dark, they'll kind of give you an indication of what the shape of the thing is.
yeah.
So yeah, I didn't. That's interesting. Existential, because it is dealing with the fact that we are aging all the time, right?
Yeah. Well, and then like the kids, they skip, like the experiential phase of life, so they become old without having any, experience. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like you're suddenly old without having
right
to grow up, right?
Yeah, and like the girl gets pregnant, and she has to give her baby up like right away, and it like really affects her because she's a kid and can't like deal with the postpartumness of it, and
Wow.
kills herself. Spoiler.
Dang.
And that was like another part of the movie where I was just like, that's so fucking fucked up and weird and gives me creepy crawlies. Like, yeah, like can you imagine being like a little kid? This is like everything like one day is just like, and then like suddenly you're old, you have a baby, you go through like all this like traumatic stuff, and then you don't even get to have the baby. Yeah, it was just like,
wow.
yeah, like yeah. But that movie, I definitely, when I watched it, I was pleasantly surprised. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, way better than Signs or The Village or Avatar.
Really?
Yeah.
Avatar. You just don't even Avatar. Jeez.
Hey, that's one of my favorite movies of his.
Really? Because of the content? I mean, not the filmmaking, right?
Everything about it was great.
Everything about it was great.
It was
okay, but you said
live
his, right?
I've never seen the cartoon though, so
and so you're saying in comparison to seeing Signs and The Happening.
So you're not joking, Kaz. You're being serious.
No, I think that he's actually saying that like it also, but like let me just say, if you're just to clarify, you mean like in contrast to his other work, it stands out as being something that you enjoy.
I mean, if you had never seen the animated series, then you would enjoy it as a live-action sci-fi kung fu movie.
Okay. And
where where it's not dubbed and everybody speaks English well. So,
yeah, I'm not sure if that is true, but I have seen the cartoon, and
it does give you that bias for sure.
There's no way that I can enjoy the Avatar movie after that. The cartoon is so great. I mean, the cartoon is not even just like great for cartoons.
All that into one movie.
That is true. That's why it should not have just been one movie. I mean, like it should have been a wonderful setup for, something coming.
Like, I wish he would have made more movies about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but he should have made a better movie, though. I mean,
yeah, if he was
even
trying for that, he should have tried to do that, right? Make the best movie.
yeah,
that you
because
possibly make
you know,
and
again,
really
if
gain
you
a
like the
little
movie
more.
cast, that's great. I don't want to like knock the movie like it's too terrible to enjoy, but like
I also
for
and I do also enjoy the fact that me telling people that I enjoyed the movie makes people angry.
Yeah.
Horrified and
I
upset.
mean, it doesn't make me
fans
angry.
is just to say that I love the Avatar movie. You know, the M. Night Shyamalan one.
Yeah, it doesn't make me mad. It just makes me extremely perplexed because I mean, it's you know like it is like a visual like spectacle, but I mean,
Yeah. And he
in
is at
terms of
this point
like,
in his career capable of doing that. So that's why I'm like,
oh yeah,
like, oh, interesting. I could see how like it could be objectively good. Again, if you divorce it from like recognizing him as the director that he is, and just look at the movie itself. Because people have said
I
that about Lady in the
remember.
Water, like they didn't know that it was one of his films, and they liked it for the whimsy. Which I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting take. From everything that I've heard about that movie.
I remember in Avatar the scene with the people in the mine, the Earthbender village. It was just not. I mean, it was just like not it. I remember like feeling like, man, this is like such a letdown, and that being like one of my favorite parts of the TV show. And so, like, I think I was just like a little bit let down by that movie. Um, a movie that I was not let down by recently was Sinners. Have you guys seen that movie at all?
A lot of people have been talking about it. It's like horror TV, right?
It's so good.
I see Sinners every day, but I've never seen the movie.
It's horror. It's like it's a vampire movie, definitely inspired by like Dusk Till Dawn, and
that's why
stuff
we were
like that.
Actually, two big fans of the show referenced it as because of Tarantino. That was exactly what I heard. About it. And then, but also, I think I was keyed into hearing about it, but I've heard other people at work talking about it too. That's cool. That's an interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I mean, it was just
vampires, but also dirty.
I mean, it was barely camp, honestly. I mean, like it was. I wouldn't say that it's camp as much as it's you know, like I mean, yeah, I mean, like it is almost like straight up horror.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's definitely not like Saw or you know, like anything like that. I mean, it's definitely closer to like a Blade movie than like a you know, like
okay. So
like a Bram Stoker's Dracula, you know.
More towards horror though. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah. But you know, it is just like very visual. I mean, it's a visual feast for sure. Like, and not just like in terms of like how well the shots are composed, but like the themes and the you know, the visual storytelling of the shots is very good. Very good. You know, there's like a lot to digest in every shot, a lot of symbolism. So yeah, I really enjoyed Sinners. I would hope everybody would go to see it. Like what like just like an example of like how deep the movie is. Like in the movie, there's an Indian tribe that is searching for the vampires, and it's the same Indian tribe that during the Irish potato famine like gave Ireland like $2 million and like tried to help Ireland during the Great Potato Famine.
Wow.
And the vampire that starts all the trouble in the movie is Irish. So there's like that whole thing right there of, you know, like a very interesting race relation thing right there where it's like, this Irish vampire is basically, I mean, like, he's on these Indians' land. He's like basically besmirching the goodwill that they gave to the Irish people. So it's like just knowing that history right there just makes it like so deep for that vampire to even be doing that shit on that land, and why those motherfuckers are trying to kill him. It's just like, that's the kind of deepness that when you just like have any kind of knowledge about you know, the characters in the movie, like it just like it pays to know, like there's a lot there.
That's really cool. And that plays into the show, or do you just think like it's a cool undercurrent?
I mean, it plays into it, but just like thematically. And it's a movie. It's not a show.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I initially I guessed and sort of stuck with that, even though I heard you say movie multiple times, and then for some reason.
No, it's fine.
But yeah, so that's awesome. And you're saying you should go see it, so it's out right now.
It was out. Actually, it's on streaming now.
Right on.
But I mean, if you can see it, I would highly recommend it. It is just a very, especially because I know you guys like horror too. I mean, like, it is a very good like horror. Like, it does really good with like horror tension. It has a thing of like it cuts the scenes right before the bloody action happens, so it kind of like leaves the you know, a lot of the, I guess not kills, but you know, just like some of the violence, it like leaves it up to your imagination, which I thought was cool too.
That's a fun like old school horror technique. They make you envision the gore and the monster, because you can always come up with something way better than what you can see.
I mean, I think it's a bold choice in today's age of like being able to CGI, you know, anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can see graphic horror movies if you want to. We just reviewed a really graphic horror movie, and the special effects in it are amazing for like what they pull off. But you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, it does become dulling, where you're like, okay, yeah, we've seen him kill like a bunch of people now. When your brain has to do part of the work, you're part of the entertainment. So you get like involved. Yeah. So it sounds like that's what you say when you mean like everything's like visually deep. Like, it seems like they probably make you participate in more ways. Like the camera, like what's happening in the shot will be interesting as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot of you know, like wonderful moving shots. I mean, this happens in the 1930s and like prairie land type American area. So some really great shots of like grasslands, great shots of people riding on horseback.
Fun.
Great shots of people in cars, because cars were brand new at this time. So
okay, cool. That's
yeah,
okay, I didn't
like
realize
the guys
there's also a period piece. That makes sense. Sinners.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like
yeah, Michael B. Jordan, the characters that he plays, two twin brothers, they're gangsters basically, so they have, you know, just
Why
like a bunch
of... Why did you bury the lead so deep on this story, man? Like, that's exactly what I wanted to hear first. Michael B. Jordan playing twins.
Yeah.
All right.
And they do stuff, I mean, like, again, the you know, the special effects are really good. Like, they do like himself. Things. Exactly. He passes a cigarette between himself twice in one scene.
And they did that intentionally for that. They're like, you know what we can do? We can make it happen.
Yeah, because I mean, again, it's like, in my opinion, like great filmmaking, because it's the director basically being like, yeah, we can do like shit that is really hard to do, but we're going to make it really subtle, and we're not going to show you a bunch of the violence. Like, we'll show you, like, they do show some violence. There are some like very violent scenes, but you know, they definitely keep it you know, kind of not minimal, but just, you know, they like pick and choose when they're going to show you like the really gory stuff to like maximize the impact. So it's just like it's good. Man. It's
you're hitting on the thing that like modern horror is doing. You get dulled to it. You can see 15 kills in a movie, and by 6 or 7, you're like, yeah, okay, there's more blood. But if you want to make them really impactful, that sounds like a good way to do it. I'm gonna check out Sinners. It sounds like
Yeah.
actually a movie that I want to review. That's why I'm kind of hesitant to say that I will do it. But I think I might watch it recreationally too.
It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. It will not be a boring watch. That's for sure.
That's it, yeah, and that's why I was intrigued is what people have said about it, like how they're talking about it. Like, all right, yeah, yeah. No, sounds like my type of movie.
So it sounds like my type.
So, the actress I was trying to think of earlier is Sarah Paulson, from American Horror Story and from The Glass Movie. M. Night Shyamalan.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got like slightly crooked front teeth and a little bit of a lisp.
Okay.
She's gay, I think. Not that that's important to any of the characters she plays. But she looks like she's been working since like '94, off and on. So, and she's had some really fantastic roles. That's the thing about it. She just kind of like keeps the scene, whatever character she has, she gives it something that's interesting to watch. If you haven't seen her in American Horror Story play Conjoined Twins, where she plays, of course, both twins, it is fantastic character work. Because you don't need to know which twin it is, because you can, like, anytime it cuts to any of the camera angles, you already know who she is, which one of the twins is. So, like, amazing work from Sarah Paulson. Are you moving towards color, Jack?
I am moving towards color. We're getting into like the last little bit, or the last 15 minutes. So I wanted to put some color down, just make sure that we get some color.
Some color on the forehead. Yeah, I mean, there's, I think there's some more little details I think that you were looking at. That's why you're like, oh, hesitating, but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of. There's plenty to color. I'm so excited. It's interesting your friend saw the gun, but then also we have your man who's reading the, like, prominently, like, it's the first thing you see in the shot is him scanning her.
That's what I said. I was like, well, the other guy is just like, he's just like scanning her with like Star Trek equipment. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I told them that they would not be disappointed with the story when it came out. That it was, just it's just kind of like Rooster Bros, but they're trying to bring happiness to the universe. So.
I wanted to pause. Recently, someone was asking about what the show was, and I dropped the Happenis joke, and then paused just for a second to sort of, sit. And it was like nothing. It was like this excruciating silence. And I was like, all right, well, maybe that flew over your head like the pecker would.
Some people are not going to respond to the dick jokes, and that's fine. Like,
that's fine. But I was like, I was wondering, like, if had made them uncomfortable with that, because to me, I'm like, yeah, like, whatever, that's not a huge deal to say a word that is anatomy, but
no, I mean, again, like, we can't be like weird about the fact that we're leading with dick jokes. Like, we just have to be like, hey, listen.
Again, that's why we are the conversation we had early on too. Yeah, and we should be having
dick jokes.
Yeah.
We are bringing dick jokes. We are bringing like weird, not weird, but just like like uncouth, I guess. Like, body part humor to like G-rated scenarios, right, and exactly. That's the shtick. So it's like innuendo and puns and stuff like that, with just like sci-fi like lessons and stories and stuff, and like that to me is just like, yeah, like some people are going to find it lame. That's fine. It's like, right. I'm not trying to argue that it's like the next, like, it's not the new Homeric epics, but it's just,
right. No, there's no argument there. It is really silly.
But if they don't like it, I'm not going to be embarrassed. Like, I'm just like,
that's the
hey,
thing is we
happiness.
like this idea.
You put penis in happiness because penis isn't happiness.
Happiness.
Kinda,
You never stop noticing. Once you notice it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. Those people sound like they are lame. And
well, it was I don't know if that they were expecting it. Like it wasn't like they were like, hey, there's they were doing comedy and this location, and this is what it was. They were just like, and who are you? And I'm like, oh yeah, we're doing a show about the Brewster brothers.
In my opinion, should probably just like just say the happiness and not even have the pregnant pause. Just be like, yeah, it's happiness, and we're bringing happiness to everyone in the universe, and we are on a mission to bring happiness.
You're playing it more like a meow joke. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
and that's how it is on the show too. Generally, I like feel people out to be like, hey, it's Rooster Brothers and it's called The Cox in Space. Because then you see them smile because they put the two things. They're like, "Oh, I see. You're making some jokes, huh?" Yeah. But I did not at that point. I got very excited that they seemed like they were down, and then like it was confusion. So.
Some people are not down with the jokes, and that's fine. You don't have to be
I'm
down
not
with the
saying
jokes,
that we're smart. Because I would be the first to say that I'm really dumb. Like there's some things I do well, but a lot of things that I'm just I don't. I struggle with a lot of things because I'm not real bright about the way that things are in physics, whatnot. But so irony like takes a level of intelligence, the type of intelligence to understand. You have to understand that someone is saying something that they don't mean, and they're doing it intentionally, so that you get like the residual, like double effect. And if you can't see the layers, then you don't get the joke. So irony is actually, I've learned more recently, is like it's not fair to some people who can't understand it. They love it.
It's true. Well, and I mean, some people are just not down with certain kinds of humor and stuff.
Colorblind people can't appreciate paintings the way that you do.
I mean, they could learn to. I mean, I think that I have my appreciations because I've taken time to really challenge myself, and not everybody has the desire to, do that kind of thing.
A colorblind person.
What's up?
A colorblind person doesn't appreciate art the way that you do.
Well, I mean, see, that's the thing, because art is kind of like...
Specifically, like, because they can't see the colors.
They can't see the colors, so they can't appreciate it the way I do.
The way you do, yeah, that's the distinction. Like, and that's how I feel about irony as well, is that, like, some people can't appreciate irony because they don't have, like, the way to perceive it. And so you just have to be like, okay, like, I get it. Those are not your types of jokes. But exactly. I'm not saying that a colorblind person doesn't ever appreciate any type of art, because that would be like, dang, dude.
Well, it's like art is multiple.
To, right? Yeah.
Yes. Well, because art is multiple things. It's not just stuff that you see, like in color, light wavelengths. Like it's gymnastics and ballet. It's,
well, it's about proportion. You don't need to in this frame. You don't need to see that he has a red comb. But like the distinction that, okay, he's a chicken because of what we see, and then they're on a planet that has a metropolis behind it. You don't need color for that, for sure. But that in color, oh man. So yeah, guys, we are getting down to like the last 5 minutes or so of the show. I didn't call it out earlier; was just kind of enjoying it. Aaron, do you have any wrap-up thoughts on having 40 sessions of Drawing Jack in the can?
I've been so happy just to see everything come to life, and like in color, in Technicolor, because it's technically color.
It is technically color.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely, and like to see the idea that we worked on, like having a face, like seeing Luna, right?
Yeah.
and then ultimately seeing Luna and then hearing her sing.
Oh my god, man!
What's that?
It won't let me. It wouldn't let me select this thing because it said "Love Drive" in front of it. Oh,
It would almost just like the word love.
I'm just a love machine.
Those are the facts. Yeah, me too, man. Like it's been cool that we had this idea, and then it infested your brain. And the more that we push on your brain, the more comes out that we find.
Yeah.
Big the space infestation.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, and in the future, just so you know, there's blah 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 stuff in the universe.
Right, and we're like, yeah, it's cool.
That's outside the safety of our little pocket galaxy.
100%. Like, and again, we just keep finding more and more of the things that are out there. I'm really excited. We did just get through scene 3, in the middle of episode 3. So we're sliding quickly to the conclusion of episode 3 and then getting onto our horror episode, which will start. Actually, I think I was predicting this earlier, the beginning of spooky season. It's kind of when we're going to start. Yeah, we're going to be starting the horror episode. So that'll be fun to write at that time. But Jack, no, it's great to have you aboard, man, too. Like, it's just, I think you're saying it the other night, like, it's just so cool that, we had an idea, we presented it to you, and then you start messing with it and you start finding these little things inside of it that weren't there before. That you make discoveries in the creation.
I have been very humbled to be allowed onto this project because it is, in my opinion, very cool, has a lot of potential, and it's it's fun. It's fun to draw. Ultimately, like
it's fun to draw. When do you get the opportunity?
That's really, that's really got to be one of the biggest reasons why I've been working on it. Honestly, is because it is very fun to draw the roosters and the pages so far. Like, I've had fun drawing everything, and I am sorry that it is taking me a while, but I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Like, this panel is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. This panel is pretty
so cool.
Coming together. Yeah, I can't wait to see the color on it. That's very exciting. It's, just the level of detail you put on the balance of these two. There's no need to apologize. We, if you guys are tracking along the episodes, there every time we watch an episode is when we get together. So it's 2 hours twice a week. So we put in 4 hours a week. So 5 months, it like adds up. We didn't have more than 2 hours a night to do it, so we just put in what we had, and then it kept adding up. So I don't think there's anything to apologize for. The only thing that would be for us would be that if we just didn't do it. That's why we decided to do it, is because we couldn't leave it. Like, once we're like, Cox in Space revival, we were like, it has to be done. Like, it's a
must be done all
fun project to work
on. I'm having a blast working on it, and I feel like we're making good work. So thank you very much for having me.
Exactly. Yeah, we're glad to have you. This is certainly a skill that we don't have in our own wheelhouse, to the degree certainly that you have it. That's why it's nice to see. Because I think there's decisions that we were here hanging out with you, and we're like, what does it mean in terms of the universe if such and such a thing occurs? And again, things like seeing Luna come to life. We had no idea what type of cat she was until you asked.
We now know what Luna looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And from a bunch of different angles too, just to see, she's Luna Furry, the cutie. All female cats are cuties to me, in case you guys didn't. Except for those ones that are deliberately pug-like, and they're not cute, and they know it. And that's fine. That's their thing. It would be an insult in their culture to call them cute. They would prefer to referred to as ugly beasts.
They're warriors.
Yeah.
Not cute.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm
Doc Q.
ferocious.
Yeah.
Call me cute at your peril.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
The folding knife comes out. Claws right behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I think next on Thursday, next time we're gonna have a lot of coloring done. We're at least gonna get this first panel colored in, and
That's what's up. Yeah.
hopefully get his suit nice and shiny looking, and yeah, he's gonna have sand reflecting on him too. So I'm gonna try to get the sand color reflecting on his suit, so you see like how just shiny it is. I think it's gonna have to. It's gonna have to have like a little bit of that pink sand color on it.
Interesting.
Like I kind of incorporated it in a little bit here, as you can see, like the white that's around, like the shine that's on the edges of them is actually the pink color of the sand. So,
Yeah.
Also,
which you got him at.
Oh yeah, yeah, got little booty cakes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Where the feathers, the tail feathers are.
Exactly. Gotta have space for the tail feathers.
Well, guys, thank you so much. Another Drawing with Jack in the can. This is our 40th. If you guys have listened this far, thank you for listening along with us. Jack Kane's here, illustrator and Twitch streamer at Capasso on Twitch.tv. Aaron Cosbill, of course, stand-up comedian, writer, and producer for Cocktail Space, and professor of comedy.com. And I'm Skip Marazzi. You can check me out wigwags.us, and of course all the Cocktail Space stuff that's going on at cocktailspace.com, coxinspace.com. Thank you so much again for hanging out with us. And thank you guys for making it to this event. The 40, making 48 episodes together. Good times. We'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.